is in a good spirit and having a chilled Sunday morning. So, welcome to this meeting 136 of Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club. I'm Swapnali, Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. I would like to begin by stating the mission of Toastmasters Club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in a greater self confidence and personal growth. I would like to give few instructions that we need to follow in the online meeting environment. I request all the speakers and role bearers to prefix their role to their names so that it's easy to identify them. All speakers are requested to do a quick audio and video check before they start their speech. Request the speakers to also confirm that they can see the timer cards before starting the speech. I would request you not to type in the chat box when a speaker is speaking as it disturbs the speaker. You can use the private chat to provide the feedback if you want. Do not click on share screen unless your speech or role requires you to do so. You can display hi-fi or namaste when taking over or leaving from a role. As Toastmasters, we don't talk about sex, religion, politics, so please refrain from discussing these topics. This meeting is being recorded. In case if you have any reservation on your speech being recorded, please let us know and we will pause the recording. Please turn off your cell phones or set them on silent mode while you are speaking, if you are a speaker. Other times, anyway, you all are muted by the Zoom master. There are two ways of giving applause. If your video is on, then you can clap or use the reaction button on your Zoom screen and then click the clap option. And finally, it is my privilege and pleasure to welcome presiding officer of the day, Toastmaster Prashant and Toastmaster Rajesh. With thunderous applause, let us welcome VP Education of the club and the presiding officer for the meeting, Toastmaster uh, Deepak and Toastmaster Prashant and Rajesh, respectively. Thank you, and over to you, Prashant.
So good morning, everyone, and welcome to meeting number 136. So today is a special meeting as we are collaborating with our own Chatterati club. And in Toastmasters, we believe that life begins at the end of your comfort zone. So let's be loud and clear and let's make a difference. With this, I would like to invite our guest Ajay to come upon and introduce yourself and tell us how did you come to know about Toastmasters? Hello. I'm audible? Hello. Hello, I am Ajay Yadav. I got introduced to Toastmaster through one of my friend when I was seeking some help regarding my this present. I wanted to develop that in the early stages of my career when I started around 7-8 years back. So one of my friend told me that this is a good platform to begin with and to enhance my speaking and presentation skills. So I used to stay there at Thane earlier, like around 5 years back. So I visited Goldbandar Toastmaster Club at that point of time. After one or two guest session like this, COVID started. So I wasn't able to continue like in 2020. So after that, I went to Bangalore for job. Then I came back to Mumbai again. Then I thought I need to continue with this. So I started searching for the nearest Toastmaster club. I stay at Mira Road. So nearest Toastmaster club is this, Borivali or Kandivali. I was getting. Then I connected to one of the club. It is an online club, so they don't conduct a physical face-to-face meeting. So I wasn't too keen to enroll into that because I wanted to improve my physical presentation rather than online. So I started for another Toastmaster club and I got connected to this Girish and then Mansi. So I came here to attend and see how we can proceed further. Thank you.
Thank you, Ajay. So even Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club was also chartered in 2021 during the COVID times, and at that time they used to have only online meetings, and gradually we started to have hybrid meetings also. So now I would like to go to our another guest, uh, Sanket Rao. Sanket has joined us online. Sanket, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us how did you come to know about Toastmasters? Sudhir, are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, hi, good morning, guys.
I don't know. Okay, we will come back to him maybe at the end of the meeting. So, okay, let's get started. So, we have a speech marathon today. We have 4. Yeah, he's there, but like he's not able to hear me. Okay. Sanket, are you able to hear me?
Hello.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
I can hear you
Sanket.
loud and clear. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, now you are
Am I,
audible.
am I audible now?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
okay.
I apologize.
Yes,
I'm not
yes.
sure what happened. Unfortunately, I'm unable to turn on my camera. If you could just give me one moment, I just need to try to put it again. Just
Okay.
connect, reconnect. Would that be fine? If you guys want me on audio or on camera, would that be fine?
Yeah, I think actually we can't hear you very clearly, Sanket. So, yeah, but we can see you now.
Okay. Should I disconnect and reconnect?
No, I can hear you. I think it is.
Yeah, you can continue now. Like we can hear you. Yes.
You are audible and visible, Sanket.
Wonderful. Thank you for the confirmation. So,
Yeah,
would you
Sanket. So
like me
can
to
you
introduce?
tell us about yourself and like how did you come to know about Toastmasters?
Sure. I have seen a few videos on the social media when people come around and speak so fluently and so confidently. And one of the main reasons for what people did say on those talks was joining a club like Toastmasters or any other public forum that allowed them to improve on their skills of public presentation. So I was always intrigued and always keen on joining such platforms and such clubs. So that's how I came to know about Toastmasters. I should have done it earlier. I, being a lazy person that I was, so it took me a lot more time to join this. Yesterday I connected with Rupesh, who was kind enough to allow me to come in as a guest here. So here I am. About myself, I work in a software company at the moment, and my role requires me to interact with a lot of people. So this is another reason why I thought I should join Toastmasters. That would help me improve my communication skills, and also if I improve on it, it also opens up another avenues for me in terms of careers in the future. This is me. I would really have loved to come and physically meet you guys. I really would have. Unfortunately, I'm working today. I'm working as an on-call engineer, so in case anything comes up at work, I will have to drop off at a drop of a hat. I'm apologizing at the onset, so you don't feel odd that I just left in a huff.
No problem. Yeah.
Thank
Thank you,
you very much.
Sanket, for that. And I'm sure you will enjoy this meeting. And coming back, like we have a speech marathon today. So we have 4 prepared speakers, and the meeting is divided into 3 parts. So first section will be prepared speeches. Second will be the table topic section, and third and the most important will be the general evaluation. So let's start with introducing our tag role players. So I would like to call upon Toastmaster Krupesh to give us the grammarian guidelines as well as word of the day.
Like this. Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prashant. Good morning, all fellow Toastmasters. As a grammarian, it's my role to pay very close attention to language usage of all the speakers. I will take note of good usage of English as well as not so good usage of English language. As a grammarian, it's also my duty to introduce the word of the day today. So word of the day today, gingerly, pronounced gingerly. It is spelled as Gingerly, and the meaning of the word is very cautiously or very carefully. For example, if I were to tell you how to use it, the bomb squad person very gingerly held a tool to defuse the bomb, or a scientist uses his microscope to see bacteria very gingerly. So all the speakers are encouraged to use the word of the day, and whenever a speaker uses word of the day in the right context, I will request forum to give a silent thumbs up, and I will present my report on the word of the day as well as grammar at the end of the meeting when called upon by the general evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Grupesh. Now I would like to call upon Toastmaster Deepak for the R counter guidelines. So Deepak has joined us online.
Am I audible and visible, Toastmaster Prashant?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So thank you, Toastmaster Prashant. I am the accounter. I have taken the role of accounter for today's meeting, and as we all have joined, or some of the guests are also there, and we all want gingerly to remove our counter from our speeches. So my role as the R counter is to record unnecessary sounds used by the speakers and role bearers. They include the crutch sounds like filler words such as but, like, so, and okay, and filler phrases like you, know, and so, etc. I'll present the R counter report when called upon by the general evaluator at the end of the meeting. So deliver your speeches gingerly and avoid crutch words.
Yeah, thank you, Deepak. Now I would call upon Toastmaster Mansi for the timer guidelines.
So hi everyone, I'll be playing the role of the timer today. So there are 4 prepared speeches today. One is an icebreaker and other 3 are the time speeches. No, pathways. Sorry, pathways. So for the icebreaker speech at 4 minutes, I'll show the red card. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, at 4 minutes, I'll show the green card. At 5 minutes, I'll show the yellow card. And at 6 minutes, I'll show the red card. And for the pathway speeches, the timing is 5 to 7 minutes. So at 5 minutes, I'll show the green card. And at 6 minutes, I'll show the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I'll show the red card. And and the table topic, the timing for the table topic is 2 to 3 minutes. 1 to 2 minutes. I'll share the guidelines of that when called upon by the table topic master. Thank you.
Thank you, Mansi. So now we will enter our first section, which is prepared speeches. And coming to the first prepared speech, first I would like to invite Toastmaster Krupesh, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Prakhar's speech.
Good morning, all. So Toastmaster Prakhar is attempting his L2P2 presentation mastery speech. The purpose of this speech or project is for the member to deliver a speech with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language, as well as to learn, practice, and refine how he or she uses non-verbal communication when delivering a speech. All the best, Toastmaster Prakhar, and looking forward to a great speech from you. Thank you.
Now I would like to invite Toastmaster Prakhar for this first speech. Toastmaster Prakhar, A Haunting in Ravenswood. Over to you.
Hi, am I audible to everyone?
Yes, I can hear you, Prakhar.
Okay, thank you for the confirmation. In the small isolated town of Ravenswood, nestled deep within an ancient forest, there stood an abandoned mansion called Blackthorn Manor. Legends whispered of its dark history, of a family that vanished without a trace centuries ago. The townsfolk spoke of eerie occurrences and curses, warning each other to approach the decaying structure after to never approach the decaying structure after sunset. On a cold, moonless night, a group of adventurous friends gathered around a crackling bonfire, exchanging tales of the supernatural. Among them was Sarah, a spirited young woman with a penchant for the mysterious. As the stories grew darker, so did her curiosity until she could resist the allure of entering the Blackthorn Manor no longer. Against the warnings of her friends, Sarah decided to explore the abandoned mansion. Armed with nothing but a flickering flashlight, she crossed the threshold into a world frozen in time. Dust-covered furniture lay shrouded in silence, and the air was thick with the scent of decay. Cobwebs hung like spectral drapes, and the only sound was the creaking of the floorboards underneath Sarah's cautious footsteps. As she ascended the grand staircase, the air grew colder and the oppressive atmosphere thickened. The walls seemed to close in around her, and shadows danced in the corners of her vision. Undeterred, Sarah entered and she pressed on, drawn deeper into the heart of the mansion. In a forgotten room on the second floor, Sarah discovered a dusty, ornate mirror. Its glass was cloudy, as if reflecting not the present, but the past. Intrigued, Sarah glanced into the mirror and her breath stuck in her throat. As the mirror revealed a scene not of the present, but of a bygone era. A family dressed in antiquated clothing smiled eerily at her within the confines of the mirror's frame. The temperature plummeted further, and Sarah's breath materialized in the frigid air. Panicking, she tried to pull away from the mirror, but an unseen force held her in her place. The family in the reflection began to move, their spectral eyes fixed on Sarah. They reached out as if pleading for release from their timeless prison. Suddenly, the room plunged into darkness. Sarah's flickering flashlight died out, leaving her in blackness. As her eyes adjusted to the dark, Sarah saw that the family materialized before her as their ghostly forms solidifying in the shadows. Panic set in. Sarah realized the truth. The family trapped within the mirror sought a vessel for release from their prison, and she had unwittingly offered herself as a conduit. Desperate to escape, she stumbled backward, but an invisible force guided her toward the mirror. The family's spectral hands stretched out, reaching for her with a relentless determination. In a final act of defiance, Sarah tore her gaze away from the mirror, breaking the spectral contact. The family's cries of anguish reverberated around the room. and the temperature rose finally, and the oppressive darkness lifted, leaving Sarah standing alone in the dilapidated room. Terrified and shaken, she fled from Blackthorn Manor, vowing never to return. As she emerged into the moonlit night, the mansion seemed to exhale a sigh of resignation, its secrets once again locked away in the shadows. The townsfolk later found Sarah huddled and traumatized. She recounted her harrowing experience, but the once bold adventurers now spoke in hushed tones about the cursed Blackthorn Manor. The abandoned mansion stood as a testament to the thin veil between the living and the dead, a place where the echoes of the past could reach out and ensnare the unwary. And so the legend of Blackthorn Manor endured, cautionary tale whispered through generations, ensuring that the townspeople would forever tread gingerly around the haunted remnants of Ravenwood's dark history. The end. Thank you.
Thank you, Prakhar. Well done. So now we move to our second prepared speech by Toastmaster Amit. And for that, I would like to call upon Amit's speech evaluator, Toastmaster Rajesh, who is the president of Chatterati Club and is also double hatting as a general evaluator today.
Thank you so much. Hi, good morning, everyone. So our speaker today is attempting a level 1 project 4 speech of his dynamic leadership presentation mastery. Sorry about that. Presentation mastery. So this particular project actually has 3 parts to it. So first is that he will deliver a speech, he will gather the feedback, then he will deliver another speech where he will apply that feedback, and he also needs to do one evaluation, right? So the timer, please note the timing guidelines are 5 to 7 minutes. With that, I wish the speaker all the best and hand it over back to you. Thank you.
Now I would invite Toastmaster Amit for his speech. And Amit is a civil engineer by profession, and he likes to travel and explore new places. Amit, please. Toastmaster Amit, boss versus leader.
Thank you, Prashant. Hope I am audible and visible.
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you. Good morning, my fellow Toastmaster and the guest. Timer, now you can start the timelines. It was 9 in the morning and my first day in the office. It was not a corporate office. It's my typical site office on the first floor of the under construction building. I was just in conversation about my introduction with my project manager, Mr. Manish. Suddenly I heard one noise. I looked out from the window. I've seen one red Centro car on the main gate, and the person was shouting on the security guard. Manish also saw outside the gate. He said, Amit, let's go out, everyone, let's go on the building. So Manish has started running on the upper floor. I followed the Manish, and with my curiosity, I said, Manish, why we are running from that man? Who is he? He said, Amit, he is our general manager, Mr. Venkat. And he, as per his habit, he has a habit of, like, whenever he enters the site, he started shouting, and just to make his presence, and like he is creating the atmosphere of fear. I was like very nervous. We are watching from the 4th floor of the building. Who is the next? So Venkat came out from the car. He just walking on the side, and then next number he met our engineer, my colleague, Mr. Mohan. Mohan, why you are not casted this footing yesterday? As per the schedule, this has to be casted yesterday. Mohan, yes, sir. Sir, we could not cast because yesterday, because of the power failure, we have not received the RMC. That's the reason. Mohan, I'm not here to listen to your excuses. You guys are just giving excuses. You are useless. You are not understand our targets and the seriousness. Please make a note. If you will not complete your target on time, please ready for the consequences. Mohan, sir, sorry, sir. I'll try my level best. By looking at the incident, this was my first day. I got so nervous how to continue in this atmosphere. But somehow I continued with my job. Days were passing. So after like 4-5 days, again, similar kind of incident happened once again. So in the morning, when everyone in the office room and we are discussing about the today's program and all, suddenly Manish has seen one car outside the gate. He said, let's go down, sir has come. I said, Manish, I also looked out from the window. It was a Honda City car, gray color Honda City car. I said, Manish, we have to go up or go down? He said, no, we have to go down. I said, who is he? He said, he is our CEO, Mr. Deepak. He's a very nice guy. Let's go down. So I also followed Manish. We met Deepak. Deepak greeted Manish and me, good morning. After greeting, Deepak started, how are you, Manish? How is things going on? Manish said, everything is fine, sir. So Deepak asked, Manish, how is the progress at site? How you are working? Manish said, sir, everything is fine. Only thing is we are delayed by 20 days on the project timelines. Deepak said, Manish, no worry. I'm confident you and your team are capable. You have a very good team available with you, and under your leadership, I'm sure you find some solution to meet the target timelines. Manish said, yes, sir. I'm also, but we have some issues. Deepak asked, Manish, what are the issues? Manish said, sir, we have a frequent power failure issues at the site, and due to this, on and off, we have to we are getting delayed and not able to mitigate the timelines. Deepak said, no worry, Manish. We can arrange a diesel generator set for the site as a power backup. Manish said, it's a good idea, sir. Deepak immediately said, just order that hire on rent DG set so that it will solve your problem. What else, Manish? Is there anything I can do for you to sure? And Manish, please try to understand. This timelines for the project is very important for the company because company has huge delay costs and penalties. Manish said, yes, sir. Manish, anything else you want from me? Is there any other way I can help you? Manish said, sir, I have only one more issue. We have due to sites on the outskirts, people have to leave by 6 p.m. because otherwise they'll not get the transport. Oh, that's the issue. Deepak immediately called to our admin head. Rajesh, I want bus to be arranged tomorrow at site for the people to travel from site to the railway station. Please make sure tomorrow morning bus should be available at site for the transportation of our staff. Manish, what else you want? Manish said, that's the only problem. That's it, sir. Now, with this, I can assure you that we'll deliver the project on time. Rest assured, we'll sure. So Deepak said, Manish, please announce to your team, if we'll meet the target next month, I'll assure you we'll go for the outbound to celebrate our achievement. So that's the difference. So guys, I would like to talk about the two different personalities with same authority, but has different impact, boss and the leader. Though they have the authorities, but boss create the atmosphere of fear, where leader create atmosphere of collaboration, bonding, and it has very different impact, right? So we all are working professional and we have encountered such kind of personalities in your day-to-day life, whether it's your office, your school, college, societies. So it's a question to all, what do you want to become, boss or a leader? So as we follow, please strive to become a good leader because bosses, and you can make out very easily how bosses are. They're like common sentences. I said, right? It's my way or the highway. So these are the typical phrases used by the bosses, and you can make out. So guys, again, my sincere urge to become a good leader and not the boss. Thank you. Over to you, Prashant.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amit. That was a flawless speech, full of dramatics. Now moving to our next speech by Toastmaster Pratik. Let me first welcome his speech evaluator, Toastmaster Rohan, to share his speech details.
Toastmaster Pratik is giving his icebreaker speech. The purpose of the speech is to introduce himself to the club and also learn the basic structuring of a speech. I wish all the best to Toastmaster Pratik. Do not feel nervous at all. Come here, give your best. So all the best to the speaker, and back to you.
She did repeat already.
Yeah, so now I would like to invite Toastmaster Pratik, who has taken a brave decision to give his icebreaker. So Toastmaster Pratik, over to you.
Hello, am I audible? Yeah, am I audible online?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, yes, Pratik.
Okay. I think we can start timing. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Have any of you experienced the process of moving to a different city? I did when I was just 9. I still remember having countless arguments with my parents, trying to vehemently oppose this decision of relocation. I didn't want to give up on the protective cocoon that I had in my hometown. Now, despite my resistance, a decision was made and I found myself on a way to a new city, the city of dreams, Mumbai. A lesson was learned: you can only do so much to have things under your control. Leaving behind my small and tranquil hometown of Kolhapur, I was entering into this bustling megapolis of Mumbai, and I knew that I was set up for an eye-opening experience. I still remember the day I disembarked from the train at Dadar station. That very moment, it was as if I was immediately immersed into this morning frenzy of the city as I was trying to make sense of this organized chaos outside the Dadar station. I clung tightly to my mother's hand as we were weaving through the narrow alleys, passing the street vendors, and as we navigated gingerly in our quest to find a taxi. Now I knew life in Mumbai, the transition of life in Mumbai was not going to be a walk in the park. As I stayed with my uncle for first few weeks just to acclimate to the city, I realized that Mumbai was not just like any other city. It was a city of the cities. Unlike Kolhapur, where there were separate zones, there were separate areas for specific purposes, Mumbai was this complex web of diverse neighborhood, and everything was being cramped into tiny spaces. It was a mind-boggling experience for me. Some myths were busted and my beliefs were being shattered. A new city also meant new school. I had to make new friends and a completely different social landscape. Now, as it's a difficult challenge to move to a new school, but I was facing a specific challenge. I did not speak the language. I did not know how to speak in Hindi. Now, consider this fact that a couple of years ago, when my parents were admitting me to a school, I was this shy and clingy kid, and my parents were perennially worried whether this kid would be able to sit in this class on his own. Now, fast forward to this day in Mumbai when I was still the same guy and I was having no one to talk to because I couldn't converse with anyone because I didn't know the language. The challenge was twofold now. So what do? I decided to channel my entire energy into just academic excellence. And to my astonishment, I realized that in 6 months, there was first semester and I stood first in the class. I was starting to get recognized. This was a completely new feeling for me. And I could see there was a transformation in my life that was happening from being this shy and reserved kid to now being this amiable class monitor who went on building relationships with everyone in the class. I also made strides learning Hindi, and eventually I got into some of the elocution competitions. I also won some awards in Hindi. Now, reflecting on my journey, I feel humbled by the experiences that I've had and the journey that I've covered. From living in rented spaces in Mumbai Chawls to becoming a homeowner in Mumbai, from working part-time at Monjani's in your school during your school summer vacations to now working with some of the top CEOs of multinational companies and getting an insider perspective of how opulent the lifestyle of millionaires of Mumbai is. I think life has taken me on a remarkable journey. While I've never explicitly verbalized it, I would like to acknowledge the fact that the decision my parents took to move cities when I was young has had a deep impact on me, and it led to multiple opportunities for me for growth, both personally and professionally. This has only been possible because of that one move in my life. And that's why I'd like to say, leave your zone and watch yourself grow. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pratik. That was one of the best icebreaker speeches that I have heard. And coming to our last prepared speech for the day. Yeah. First, I would like to invite Toastmaster Sudhir to share the speech guidelines for Toastmaster Arbaz.
Thank you.
Can we give the standing ovation to Toastmaster Pratik since it was his icebreaker speech?
Yeah, Deepak, that was done. Actually, you could not see as you are online.
Okay, great then.
That was done, Deepak.
Great. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you. So Toastmaster Arbaj is delivering his level 4 project 1 speech from the Pathways Dynamic Leadership. Now, the purpose of this project is for the member to practice developing a change management plan. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of a change management plan. I wish the speaker all the best.
Thank you, Sudhir. Now I would like to call upon Toastmaster Arbaz. Arbaz is a UPSC aspirant and a very enthusiastic Toastmaster. So over to you, Toastmaster Arbaz. Winds of change.
So am I audible and visible? Online participants, please just confirm.
Yes, you are audible and visible.
Okay. In the darkness of the night, with a harrowing fear on my face, I was running for my life, my safety, and more importantly, my future. Because one of mankind's greatest fears had snowballed into a reality. This was now the world where artificial intelligence had washed over everything, and posed an existential threat, resulting in catastrophic unemployment and disappearance of people away from the cities without a trace. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. Amid all the doom and gloom, I couldn't spot a single soul in the city. Where were other people? Perhaps I was the only person still left in the city. Muddled with such horrific thoughts, I ran frantically towards a dense, dark forest. Once there, I heard some distant whispers. My mind prompted me to follow them, so I followed. And I eventually led myself to a massive underground cave. To my astonishment, this cave had all the humanity: men, women, young, old, Asian, African, barbarian, everyone cuddled together closely, having fear and anxiety writ on their faces. I entered the cave gingerly with a palpable feeling. I didn't know what was happening, but as all the eyeballs came to rest on me, people saw in me a beacon of hope. They proclaimed me as their leader. Highly confused, but somewhere inside, I was feeling a compulsive urge to lead them. So I agreed to lead them. But what could I have done? What was I supposed to do? How will I save the mankind? There were no clear-cut answers. But one thing was clear, that artificial intelligence had become a stark reality, and we had to adapt to it in order to survive. We could not remain at that level of abstraction for too long. We had to do something fast. I had to do something, to say the least. I encouraged everyone to brainstorm. This resulted into some unique solutions. Listening to them was like a newfound hope that ignited a feeling that human beings still are important in society. We could do something, and we prepared a plan, a change management plan. But before I tell you our specific change management plan, let me explain a change management plan in general. It's a plan that helps you adapt to any unpredictable situation or a change in a lucid manner. It requires two essential things: efficient communication. Second, strong leadership. Needless to say, we had our own change management plan. But there was this one serious problem lurking around, and I knew this could have hampered the successful implementation of our change management plan. Opposition. While in cave, I had noticed majority of people were on my side, but some people had been vehemently opposing the idea to change, to adapt, and even suggested armed rebellion against machines, or even resorting back to the life of our pre-ancestors, that is hunting, gathering, and living a completely nomadic life. As a result, I thought of clearing this confusion first. I tried to understand the reasons for resistance. And I knew that this was stemming from their poor understanding of the situation. So I made myself open, invited questions, and answered their queries one by one patiently. Shortly, there were two in my camp. Now that I had everyone's support, there was an atmosphere of bonhomie that was created. We were all set to embark on our journey to challenge the might of artificial intelligence, and we decided to flock back to cities. Once in cities, we did a couple of things. Let me share two things with you. First, reskilling or upskilling. See, artificial intelligence, however intelligent, however efficient at completing complex tasks, lacks common sense, emotional intelligence, and creativity. It was these loopholes that we tried to actively fill in by running a massive educational reform movement. अब पढ़ेगा भारत तो बचेगा भारत. And second thing, we tried to make everyone understand how important it was to have a peaceful coexistence together with AI bots. For this, we entered into negotiation with AI bots and came to this conclusion that we would be forming a council based on the same lines as the United Nations Security Council. It was Divided Nations Security Council to ensure peace and tranquility between man and machine. Trickle by trickle, the implementation of our change management plan forged cooperation and made us adapt to the newfound situation. Now the orientation was both man and machine as opposed to only machine. People were soon back in mainstream activities. We had emerged victorious. This moment, all four chambers of my heart filled with immense pride. Suddenly then, alarm rang. My eyes flew open, only to realize this was all a dream. Ladies and gentlemen, what's more permanent than a change? People change, dreams change, life change. So if change is so inevitable, don't you feel that we have to learn how to respond to them? And the best way to do so is to adapting to changes, which a well thought out change management plan promises. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arbaz, for yet another exceptional speech. Now I would like to call upon our timer, Toastmaster Mansi, to share the timing report for prepared speeches.
So Toastmaster Prakhar took 5 minutes 9 seconds. Toastmaster Amit took 7 minutes 17 seconds. Toastmaster Pratik took 5 minutes 16 seconds. And Toastmaster Arbaz took 7 minutes 15 seconds. All have qualified. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mansi. So Toastmaster Deepak, you can now launch the polls for best prepared speaker. So polls will be launched on both the WhatsApp groups, our Mumbai speakers group, as well as the joint group which we have created. So please vote.
Yeah.
And so coming to our next section of the meeting today, which is the table topics, for which I would like to invite Toastmaster Girish, who is taking this role for the first time. So please welcome Toastmaster Girish from Chatterati Club.
So, am I audible and visible to everyone? Hello? Hello? Am I audible to online members?
Yes, you are audible, you are visible.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So, good morning, all the Toastmasters. My name is Girish Dikshit, and today I'm playing the role of table topic master. The purpose of table topic master is to have member practice listening, thinking, and speaking on their feet. The skill of speaking on your feet will help you both in your professional and personal life. As a table topic master, I have the opportunity to help your club members to develop the skill of impromptu speaking. So to help you practice today, I have prepared a few topics for you all, and hopefully those topics will help you to meet this goal. So I will begin this topic, this exciting topic. Let's start this topic with somebody, guest, I think. Start with the member. So we'll call Krupesh to come over and select one kit for us. What is your definition of heaven? Heaven.
Good morning, all fellow Toastmaster. And Girish, what a topic you have given me. What is the definition of heaven? Not many times such a question is asked to ourselves. This reminds me of one incident. One of my friends from US is coming in Feb, and he called my son and said that, what do you want from US? I'm coming from US. What did my son answer? My son said, I want a packet of gems. Now that's innocence, because for my son, the definition of heaven is a lot of gems. For an environmentalist, the definition of heaven might be that, okay, the earth is full of trees and there are zero vehicles. What is the definition of heaven for me? Maybe I own a library which is full of books, and it's very expansive, and it has all the books in the world, and I can go in the morning. Well, definitely there would be a tea or coffee counter in the library, so that while reading the book, I can sip my tasty ginger tea. What else would there be in my heaven? There would be fantastic sport cars. Just yesterday, our Prime Minister Modi inaugurated Atal Bridge. So maybe I'll take such sports cars to drive on Atal Bridge or Samruddhi Mahamarg or Delhi to Agra Yamuna Expressway. There would be definitely a lot of food and tasty food. And since it's a heaven, I can decide that food would be very tasty, but it will not add any calories to my body. This heaven would be devoid of any diseases, any stress of modern day life. And as one of the Marathi poems says, the heaven would be such that where everyone would be happy, everyone would live in harmony, and there won't be any disease, any stress, and any enmity in any of the groups. That would be my definition of heaven. Thank you.
Thank you, Krupesh. What a speech it was. So definition of heaven changes from person to person. So we have next person. I will call upon somebody, Mr. Rohan, to come on stage. Okay. What makes you proud? What makes you proud? Yeah.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. Fellow Toastmasters, guests, we live in a world where we can't recognize that there are good people and there are bad people. We can't side with one thing or the other. It is always gray. And that is something which, as we grow up, we tend to recognize more and more, that the world is gray. It's not always something which is right, and there's something which is wrong. Oftentimes we come across certain conflicts where even something which is wrong seems very appropriate. There is perspectives where for some person something might be wrong, while the same thing might be right for the other person. In this sort of scenario, it is very hard for us to take right, conscious decisions. What I am certainly proud about is how, despite so many things, despite seeing how people benefit from all the sometimes not so good decisions, purposely taken wrong decisions, and try to exploit others and try to move ahead of people, despite that being an available option to people. There are people who choose the hardest path to do the right thing, even if it is very hard, even if it takes time, even if it is not exactly for their own self-growth. These are the people who, instead of choosing not to benefit themselves, they choose to work for the people, for the benefit of the society, for the benefit of the whole entire world and universe. And I extremely feel proud whenever I come across such people. And I extremely feel proud that we all are capable of being such people. We all have it inside of us to become such persons. So I urge you all to recognize these things in you and push it forward. And that is what I'm proud about. Thank you, and back to you.
आपका मैंने क्रम्बल कर दिया, आपका मैंने क्रम्बल कर दिया है, आपको चाहिए नहीं.
Thank you very much, Rohan. It's a wonderful speech. Now, go for some online people. I will ask Sanket Rao, who is the guest for today's. Sanket, are you audible to me?
Yes, I can hear you. Am I audible?
Yeah, the topic is, what does it mean to be human?
Come here.
I'm extremely sorry. Could you repeat that? I could not hear. What was the topic?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I could not hear what the topic was. If you could repeat that for me.
What does it mean to be human?
What does it mean to be human? Thank you. Got it. And I get what, 2 minutes for this, or I apologize. I am not familiar with the rules. I'm so sorry. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
What does it mean to be human? It's a wonderful question and so much to ponder upon, to be honest. You get to use all your senses. You get to express your views. You get to hear beautiful things. You can interpret, things from different languages, from different cultures. You can bond together with each other over something like food, something like culture, something like art. You can move to any part of the world, and few things are very common: the way you smile, the way you express your emotions when you're happy, when you're sad, when you're angry. Being human also allows you to do a lot of things for other human beings and for the nature. Being human also has a dark side to it, which rarely we talk about, rarely we explore. The death, the destruction that causes is also coming out from someone who's human. So how do you know, I'm just going off the tangent here. I'm sorry about it. I'm just telling you what comes to my mind right away when you ask that question. For me, thank you. For me, being human is a gift, is a privilege, and I'm sorry. So what did you say? Say something? Okay. Thank you. That's all. That's all for me.
Okay. Thank you, Sanket.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now the next person I will call upon is again the guest, Mr. Ajay. If you had to teach something, what would you teach? If you had to teach something, what would you teach? Yeah.
In this world of constant conflict, I would like to showcase the relevance or importance of peace. How? As we are looking outside in our day-to-day life, we can see that there is constant conflict between nations, religions, and every other person. Two people are not aligned. The thoughts of two people are not aligned anywhere in this world. So the teaching that I need when I have to give to the world, I would give that try to align your thoughts or accept others' thoughts in that case, so that we can live in peace and harmony with each other. Because the most serious concern nowadays is we are like literally killing each other rather than living in peace and harmony. So one of the most important teaching that I would give is accept others' thoughts, accept each and everyone, whether they are aligned with your thoughts or not, and live in peace. Thank you. Thank you, Ajay.
Now the next person I will call upon is Mr. Arbaz. I will read it for you. Is stealing to feed starving? Is stealing to feed starving child wrong? Is stealing to feed starving child wrong?
Audible and visible. 21st century, the world is not only ideologically and geopolitically divided, but there exists a massive difference of opinion. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. Ethical dilemmas, moral considerations, and perplexities are a humanly thing, is a humanly thing. The question given to me by Table Topic Master is stealing for making a person feed his hunger, quench his thirst wrong. Ethical dilemmas exist. There's a part of me that says it's wrong. Stealing is wrong. Even a back of the check calculation will suggest any sort of a crime is wrong. But you know what is the greatest knowledge in this world? It's the difference between what is right and what is wrong. If you compare yourself to the millennials, Albert Einstein, this person that you can see over there, or even this person who has written this beautiful quote, "The secret of getting ahead is getting started," all of them had different opinion about what is right and what is wrong. So you have to choose for yourself what is right and what is wrong for yourself. If you feel that I cannot do away with this, that person is starving, I'm not able to relax my nerves, then just do it and feed that person. And even you can become a Robin Hood. If that appeals to your nobler motives, if that fulfills the aspirations that you have in your life, you can become a Robin Hood and feed people. But if not, you have to take your decision. Over to you.
Thank you, Arbaz. Now I will call upon Mr. Prashant to come over. What is the difference between falling in love and being in love?
Can start. So very tough topic given to me. What is the difference between falling in love and being in love? So I would say one should not fall in love, because I mean love is about rising and not falling, and there can be like different versions of this love which we see in our Bollywood. So it can be love for your son and daughter, It can be love for your parents. It can be love for your wife or girlfriend. So I think the people can make many like hasty decisions or unwise decisions when they are in love. Like maybe someone who is in college or is still aspiring to study ahead may decide to give up everything and like stay here, which would be a unwise decision. But I would say not to get in this trap, or like think wisely so that you also fulfill all your responsibilities, and along with fulfilling your responsibilities with the person you love. That's, thank you. Very tough.
Define the love. So you should not fall in love. You should be in love. So next person I will call upon, Mr. Prakhar. Please come over. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I will read it for you. When was the last time you tried something new? When was the last time you tried something new? Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. I have a resolution of trying something new every day. So, well, the day has just started. So I haven't done anything new today, other than maybe a new venue for our meeting. So let's talk about yesterday. I was promoting Toastmasters International at a housing society in Lokhandwala, where there was a football match going on, and I and two of my peers, we were talking to parents and residents of the society. We were trying to explain what Toastmasters is to them and why it is relevant to their life. During many conversations, I met very uninterested people, many people who thought we were salesmen, many people who just shooed us away because they were maybe busy focusing on match, or maybe they just like to sit idle. So one learning yesterday I received was that everyone, in my opinion, in today's world needs Toastmasters because of the digital revolution and our constant life which exists digitally. Most of us have lost the ability to create meaningful connections and converse in the way our forefathers could. So this is one learning I had yesterday, and I imparted to you. Thank you.
So every day you are learning something or the other. This is a message you are given to us. Now the next person I will call upon is from the online people. Somebody can pick up a sheet for them.
Who do you want to?
I want Sudhir to.
What about others? Tariq?
Okay, I will like Tariq Sheikh. Yeah. Tariq Sheikh. Are you audible to me? Tariq Sheikh? Tariq Sheikh?
Tariq, you are on mute if in case you are saying something.
Next one. Then Deepak Shukla. Mr. Deepak.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Toastmaster. Yeah, you are audible, Toastmaster Girish.
Are you audible to me?
Yeah, you are audible. Am I audible?
Yeah. The question for you is, what is your favorite song and why? What is your favorite song and why?
Okay. Thanks to Smarcha Girish for giving me such a wonderful topic. So there are basically many songs which are favorite to me, but the songs which come to my mind instantly is like जब कोई बात बिगड़ जाए तुम देना साथ मेरा. Okay, so this songs is very favorite to me. Other than there are some mostly I like sound which are according to my mood, and sometimes the song which are not very meaningful, and sometimes also like song like sad song, especially from 80s and 90s, because some of these songs are something which have meaning. So according to mood, things changes. But yes, the song which is all-time favorite is the song जब कोई साथ बिगड़ जाए तुम देना साथ मेरा. Because in our life there are many situation comes. Sometimes we feel like achiever, sometimes we feel like we are not doing good in life, sometimes we feel like so and so, sometimes we feel very grateful to the God that God has given me, even to us, so many things we need to be proud upon. So kind of compassion comes. And in the case of maybe kind of when we, since we are living in this digital world in social media, so we comes in the FOMO also, fear of missing out. Okay, so if in this case we feel that we need that, yeah, if people are supporting us, then maybe we are lucky. Thank you, Toastmaster Girish, over to you.
Thank you, Deepak, for you are using the music therapy. That means.
Yeah.
So now, who is left? Chanda. Hello? Chanda?
Yeah, hello.
Are you audible to me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. The question for you is, what makes you smile?
Okay.
What makes you smile?
Okay. So thank you for such a wonderful topic. And yeah, as all your topics are related to, and, uh, bring about the humanity, sorry, 1 minute. Yeah, sorry. So as all your other topics are related to, I cannot put it in words, but smile is one of the things that is very special to human beings, and I'm sorry, I'm not that focused to continue. So I give it back to you, table topic master.
Thank you. Thank you, Chanda. No problem. Now the next contestant, next person I will call upon is Mr. Pratik. Yeah. Where do you find inspiration? Where do you find inspiration? Yeah.
Okay. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. The topic is where do I find inspiration? I have met many friends in my life, and there are few friends that have left a deep impact on me. I think whenever we discuss on certain topics about life and relationships in general, I've found out that there are certain people who are able to look at things very objectively, even in terms of relationships. Whenever I've seen some people who have a lot of people around them who open up so easily to them. And I've always wondered, what is it about them that even I want to open up to them? And why is it that it's not happening with me? Even if I wanted some person to open up to me and I could see that this person is in need of help, why is it happening that this person is not opening up to me, and whereas that person is easily opening up to my friend? Then I realized, this habit of my friend and couple of friends that I had is, this is a very cliche statement that you have to be, you can't be judgmental about people. When I say that, you have to embody that thought in yourself. When someone is talking about their deepest fears, there's something that has scarred them, you cannot just react on it. That shows that you are responding from a place, that, or you're relating something of, some sort of event to what they are trying to say. Here in that moment, if you are able to detach yourself, your thoughts from particular thing that happened in the other person's life, then you are able to completely, be non-judgmental and give safe space safe space for this person to open up. And that I find really inspirational about my friend and couple of friends who have that quality, and I would like to have that quality in me. Thank you.
You are introvert guy and you have to convert yourself into extrovert guy, right?
Not really an extrovert, but just trying to, look at things very objectively.
Okay. Okay, one question. Now the last question I will ask Mr. Rajesh. Please come on the stage. If I could grant you one wish, what would you wish for? Tatsu. That is.
What would I wish for? Eh? Okay. All right. So thanks, Table Topic Master, and good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So I got a very wonderful topic, right? A topic that we would all dream about. That whatever I wish, if that come true, right? There are so many things that I would wish for. First of all, if I take a bit of a selfish view, I would wish for my kids to have great education. Hopefully, if they could go abroad, like maybe to US or UK or Singapore, and if they could study well, and if they could make their own careers and have a happy life. So that would be my personal view. Apart from that, I would in general wish happy life, success in my own career, health for my dear and near ones. But if I take a larger view outside of my personal space, in the world, there are a few things that really bother all of us, right? So poverty is one big thing. If you look at India itself, India is made up of people who are very rich, and then there is a middle class, and then there is a very poor class who don't even get food to eat. If you look at the world, if you look at Africa, for example, there are a lot of starving kids and people who don't even get food even for their daily needs. So forget about literature and meditation and yoga for such people, because they are not getting the basic needs that they need. So my wish would be that let's get rid of poverty by generating employment, by generating education, and hopefully that will help the whole world become better. And I can go on and on, but I will stop there.
Thank you. I would say so all your wishes will come true.
Okay,
and that I would say we should end this section of table topics. Thank you very much. I will ask Prakash to take the mic.
Thank you, Toastmaster Girish. So now we would like to move to our next and the most important section. And before that, okay, now so voting for the table topics would be done at last because we had to Yeah, so first I would call upon Toastmaster Mansi for giving the timing report.
So Krupesh took 1 minute 56 seconds. Rohan took 2 minutes 5 seconds. Sanket took 1 minute 20 seconds. Ajay took 1 minute 18 seconds. Arbaz took 1 minute 37 seconds. Prashant took 1 minute 17 seconds. Prakhar took 1 minute 52 seconds. Deepak took 1 minute 40 seconds. Chanda took 57 seconds. Pratik took 2 minutes, and Rajesh took 1 minute 40 seconds. Except for Chanda, everyone is qualified.
Thank you, Mansi. And now, yes, we would move on to our last and the most important section for today, which is general evaluation. And I would like to invite Toastmaster Rajesh and hand him the stage.
Thank you so much. All right. So now we are towards the end of the meeting. So general evaluation is a very important section where a general evaluator will share the feedback about the evaluations of the speeches and about all the roles that were played and in general how the meeting was conducted. So I'm going to start with the evaluations of the prepared speeches. So let me invite our evaluator one, Toastmaster Krupesh, to evaluate the first speech. I don't remember. Yeah, for Prakhar. Yeah. Welcome, Krupesh.
2 to 3 minutes.
The timing is 2 to 3 minutes for all the evaluations.
So congratulations, Prakhar, for attempting and completing your speech in a fantastic way. Because I am also double hatting as grammarian, there were so many good usage of English. After some time, I stopped noting down because every statement had fantastic vocabulary and words. And coming to the focus area of effective use of body language, you came and stood very nicely. So it was a good stance. I also noticed very nice usage of wrist and hands. Like we say, Pankaj Tripathi talks with his neck. I would say, Prakhar, you talked with your hands and wrist very nicely. They're conveying very fantastic message. You also used your fist in a nice way. Like I observed that when you wanted to communicate big, you used in a particular way. And when you wanted to communicate cold, you used them nicely to communicate cold. You also pointed towards your throat when a particular reference to the throat came in. So that was a nice usage. I also observed good eye contact with all the audience members. So that was a great move. One thing which you could have improved was you could have treated camera also as one of the audience members and have looked at camera so that audience online would have felt that, okay, you are engaging them also. In the end, when you wanted to talk in a hushed tone, because that's what the script wanted, you used that very nicely. So I observed very nice usage of vocal variety too. And I also observed your comfort level with audience was great. You are comfortable speaking to all of them and were able to communicate what you wanted to communicate. Coming to some of the improvement areas, and I think any of the audience member would have noticed it, and because you're in level 2, I'll point it out directly. Your one hand was engaged with mobile, like there was a car with 4 cylinder and 1 cylinder was not firing, so you could not get that power. So definitely that is one improvement area. If your speech was by heart, you could have used your other hand also very effectively. One more thing which I noticed is you came here and you took a deep breath. And now that's obviously a guideline that take a deep breath that you can start very confidently. But it was very visible to audience members. So if you could have hidden that while walking here, taken that deep breath, audience would not have understood that you have done that activity. And third thing is, like I'm also doing that, I saw that you use only this one of the tiles, And while some other great speakers will move around a bit and try to use the complete stage, that is one more improvement area which you can implement in your next speech. So summarizing, fantastic usage of hand, fantastic usage of wrist to fantastic usage of English, very great speech, great vocabulary, nice voice modulation, and improvement area, as I mentioned, is if you could by heart your speech, your one hand could have been free and body language could have been used more effectively. Looking forward to hear great speeches in future from you. Thank you.
So there is nothing that I would like to add from my side. Great job, Kupesh. All right. So just give me 1 second. Okay, for the next evaluator, so I'm the evaluator for Toastmaster Amit. So I'll wear that evaluator's hat on now. Primary, you can start. Okay. Boss versus leader. What a relevant topic. Almost all of us who are in the professional world can relate to this topic. So I like the title very much. It was very catchy and I could directly relate to it. The second thing I really liked about Toastmaster Amit's speech was the overall storytelling. And in the way he was telling the story was by creating a scene, the way he set up the stage. The car came in and then he was wondering like who is in the car, etc. And somebody told him that, this person shouts at everybody, etc. Right? So he introduced a boss who is like the bad character. And then he also shared an experience of a CEO, Mr. Deepak, who happened to be a very nice gentleman and who was a great leader because he was able to connect with his employees and understand what the problems are and share those solutions with them, etc. So overall, the content was very nice, and the way it was done via dialogue. So there was a dialogue between I forget the role player's name. So there was Mr. Venkat, who was the general manager, who was the kind of a bad guy, and then there was this project manager Manish and a few others who were getting the shouting, right? So the dialogue was very apparent, and there was some tone of anger when he was shouting, which was really good. So that brings vocal variety as well. So overall, the dialogue was great. The vocal variety was great. The stage presence was also nice. Body language was also great. So all these things really good. One thing that I would recommend as a feedback was connecting with the audience. So though towards the end you asked the question, but you did not wait for the response, right? What I would have suggested is you could have asked some more questions like, would you like this type of a boss, for example? Or who do you like between Mr. Venkat and Mr. Deepak, right? So, and wait for the audience to respond. So that would have brought that connection. And the second thing was, I felt maybe you are looking more towards me or you are engaged in your own dialogue while the rest of the audience was kind of ignored in some ways. So just connecting with the audience is the theme of my recommendation. Overall, great speech, great content, and I really like the dialogue between people. Vocal variety was also there. The body language overall was good. And as I said, connecting with the audience, and that would take it to the next level. So I'll end it over there and then. Okay, so now I'm back as a general evaluator. So who is the third eval? Give me just 1 second. So Rohan, right? So I would like to invite Rohan to evaluate Toastmaster Pratik's speech. Welcome, Rohan. Thank you. Right.
Thank you, General Evaluator. We come to Toastmasters to do one thing, is to improve ourselves. And the way we do that is to come out of comfort zone and stand up on the stage. And that is exactly what Toastmaster Pratik told us. Now, Toastmaster Pratik gave a very fantastic speech, extremely well delivered. What I liked about his delivery is first he started with a question, as have you relocated ever to a new city? And next, what I really liked about your speech, Toastmaster Pratik, was how good your delivery was in terms of your voice. Your voice was very clear and very audible. And next thing, that gingerly use of words is something which I really liked. For example, you use protective cocoon, organized chaos, acclimate. I'm sure you gave our grammarian run for his money. So that was very nicely done. Next thing which I really like is your visual representation. Now, visual representation is something which is very tough usually. So when you were describing your scene when he arrived in this Dadar station and he was arriving, all the organized chaos which he was explaining, I felt that I was there in that station. So that was very well done. And next time when you are describing your school, how your school was, so that also was when I felt that I was there. So it is a very good skill to have. And I recommend that you take it ahead and make sure of that. The recommendation which I would give it to you is majorly in terms of purpose. Purpose in terms of the content and purpose in terms of the project. Now, coming to the project. Your project was to introduce yourself. What it occurred to me that it was more sort of introduction of you in Mumbai. So it was more about Mumbai. So look at the structure of the speech. You had to relocate and then you came to Mumbai, and after you have come to Mumbai you are facing certain issues, and then you go back to talk about Mumbai, how Mumbai is a good place and all of those things. I would have preferred if you talk more about yourself, your goals, your ambitions, your challenges which you face, which you covered, but I felt that you could have added more, something about your family, something about what you're working on, something, your hobbies, or anything sort of like, which would be more sort of you introducing yourself to the club. Other thing is that you concluded with leave your zone and watch yourself grow, which is of course talking about comfort zone. I urge you to take this theme and put it in your speech in such a way that every time you felt that you are in a comfort zone and you were facing certain issues and you had to move out of it, and try to introduce yourself with that. So Mumbai is not the only comfort, or place is not the only comfort zone. You are in a comfort zone in sort of your habits, right? And you can use that and see how you move out of that to help you grow. So that is one thing which you can put it in your content and put forth to the crowd that, okay, this is why you should move out of your comfort zone and watch yourself grow. So overall, it was a very good speech, very good, well-delivered speech, visual representation. Only take care of the purpose of the speech and purpose of the content. Thank you, and back to you.
Oh, yeah. Thanks. All right, just give me 1 second. Okay, so that was a very comprehensive evaluation yet again. So let's give him a big round of applause. I don't have any specific recommendations. So moving on, we have one final eval, right? So yeah, so we have Sudhir's evaluation for our fourth speaker. So Sudhir, would you like to do an audio video check before you start?
Yeah, but just only on the timer's card. So I hope it will shown to the camera so that I can see it.
Right. So timer. So Arbaz will show the cards. He's just walking.
Yeah, perfect.
Can you see the card?
Yeah, I can see. That, yeah, I can see.
Frozen.
Oh, I am not audible.
Okay.
I'm not audible.
Connection is unstable.
Oh, okay. Let me change my connection. Just hold on. Just hold on for a
Okay,
second.
you are audible. I can hear you. Okay, so over to you, Sudhir.
No, let me change the connection if my voice is not very clear.
It's clear, Toastmaster Sudhir.
Oh, is it
But
clear?
if you wish to change, yeah, it's clear.
Oh, it is clear to all the online participants, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, is it clear to you, Rajesh, and our speaker?
Yes, we can hear you. Yeah. All right, over to you, Sudhir.
Okay. Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Rajesh. And thanks, Speaker Arbaj, for bringing such a pertinent topic. So I follow stocks, I follow NASDAQ, and I know that in last 6 months, NASDAQ, predominantly because of AI stocks, has given very good return. So AI, what stock market or NASDAQ is indicating is the future, which is AI. So thanks a lot for bringing that topic. Now, the purpose of your project was to share some aspect of a change management plan for something of present, past, or future. And what I saw, the objective of your today's speech was to convey a change management plan for AI in the event of AI getting more prominence. So what now let us see how you did that. First thing which I really liked, which I already mentioned, was the topic. It is such an important topic going to affect each of us here. So one who is doing sales, probably now leads will come, on mail or something like that. You would not necessarily be visiting customer. Programmer, probably a lot of things will be done by chat GPT, etc. So it is a very, very pertinent topic. Second thing which I like was the logical flow of your speech. So how you started with a dramatic situation where humanity was hiding in a cave, and then you elaborated on the issue, which is AI. Then you elaborated how a change management plan to be developed, where you were the leader, and then we had a plan where you shared in the body, which was upskilling, reskilling, and finally you concluded with a call for adaptation of by whole humanity to this impending issue. So I really like the logical flow. I This was a very difficult topic to use emotion, but you did that very beautifully by creating a hypothetical situation. So I really liked the use of emotion, the horror story, and everything else. Really fantastically done. Now, if I were to suggest you some few things to make it still more effective, number one, I would suggest to make the problem still more dramatic. So, for example, you just mentioned that humanity was anxious and they were worried, all those stuff. But give some specific example. You could have, for example, you could have said, "I saw CEO of Nvidia hiding in a corner and crying because he has just lost his job." Something like that to make it more dramatic. So that is one suggestion. Second, you mentioned about the as a solution on reskilling, upskilling. I would suggest you to elaborate it. How? Through you. How you personally are going to upskill or reskill, because that would have given us credibility. The credibility to your story still more. So overall, really a very relevant topic, dealt in a very logical manner, use a good use of emotion. What you could have done is elaborate on scaling and dramatizing the problem more. It was really a good indication on winds of change.
All right. Okay. May I request the timer to come and share the report?
Krupesh took 3 minutes 10 seconds. Rajesh took 2 minutes 34 seconds. And Rohan took 3 minutes 16 seconds. And Sudhir took 3 minutes 36 seconds.
So except Sudhir.
Yeah, except Sudhir, everyone has qualified.
Okay. Thank you so much. By the way, I would recommend Toastmaster Arbas to connect with Sudhir offline and get the feedback, because sometimes due to the connection, you may not be able to hear him clearly, right? So great job done, Toastmaster Sudhir. I think it was a comprehensive evaluation. You covered all the points and you shared specific feedback. So thank you very much for that. All right. So now let's move to the next section of my evaluation, which is auxiliary report, right? So reports from the auxiliary players. Now, timer, if I take timer as the first one, so already timer has shared all the necessary reports through the meeting, right? So I think that was done very well. The showing of the timer cards was done properly, and you were showing it for a long enough time so that people would notice. So that was done very well. A few recommendations. Introduction of the role can be better. So you need to prepare as a timer what is it that you are going to say, and it's always good to highlight what is the importance of time, because time, as we know, it's very important when you take up any professional roles or responsibilities, right? So just highlight that a little bit. And there were some mistakes made in terms of the timing guidelines. For example, table topics is 1 to 2 minutes, etc. So practicing it and taking up this role again and again will help you hone the skills, right? So please do that. Apart from that, it was done very well. Let's give her a big round of applause. By the way, thanks for taking the role at the last minute. So again, that's also very good. Let's move on to the R counter. So R counter is Toastmaster Deepak. Toastmaster Deepak, would you like to share your report?
Yeah. Host, can you allow me to share my screen, please?
All right, you can go ahead.
Okay, so I'll verbalize in this case. I'm not able to share the screen. Yeah, so crutch words and filler words are the most used and Toastmaster Prashant has used crutch words 4 times and he has used filler 2 times. Toastmaster Rajesh has used crutch words 3 times, filler word 2 times, and filler phrases 2 times. Toastmaster Mansi has used crutch words 2 times, filler words also 2 times. Toastmaster Krapesh has used crutch words 3 times, filler words 2 times. Toastmaster Prakhar has used crutch word 2 times, filler phrases 2 times, and 1 repeat word 1 times. Toastmaster Amit has used crutch words 2 times, filler word 5 times, and repeat words 2 times. Toastmaster Rohan has used only crutch words, and that's 2 times. Toastmaster Pratik, since it's his icebreaker speech, but still he has done a great job. He has used crutch words only 2 times and small pauses 1 time. Toastmaster Sudhir has used crutch words, filler words, and filler phrases twice. Toastmaster Arbaz has again done a great job and he has used only 1 crutch words. Guest Sanket has used crutch word 1 time. Toastmaster Girish has used crutch words and filler phrases 2 times. And Toastmaster Chanda has used crutch words, filler words, and filler phrases 5+ times. So I have just a recommendation how we can eliminate our crutch words. So maybe we can embrace the pauses, like we have seen some great speaker like Atal Bihari Vajpayee, although he used to take very long pauses, but when we use our pauses as per the requirement, then it will help us in collecting our thoughts. It helps in calming our nerves, and it also helps in building the suspense. I was reading an article in HBR and I'll share the same article with you, all the people. Thank you, Toastmaster Rajesh. Over to you.
All right, thank you, Toastmaster Deepak. So that was a very nice report. I think you covered it well. There are a few recommendations that I have as an accountant. So we usually look at filler sounds, filler words, and short and long pauses, right? So you need to cover these 3 things. So when you say filler sounds, it is always better to say how many R's, how many arms, because that is what the speaker will get the help, right? So some speaker, let's say, is doing like more than 10 times. You don't have to count each one. You can just say more than 5 times, more than 10 times. But that is what the speaker really needs to know, that these are R's that are too many. Some people say arms too many times, right? Some people don't take pauses at all. Some people take too many pauses. So all those things need to be highlighted as an R counter. So with that, I think that's my feedback. But apart from that wonderful job, let's give him a big round of applause. Okay, so we'll move on to the grammarian. So for grammarian report, may I request Toastmaster Krupesh to come and share.
Good afternoon all again. First, I'll start with the word of the day. And most of us gingerly use the word gingerly. And I would like to mention Deepak used it twice, Prakhar used it, Pratik used it, Arbaz used it, and Rohan also used it. So kudos to all of us who use the word. Talking about the grammar, as I already mentioned, Prakhar, there are so many good usage of vocabulary and English word I have not noted down, but kudos for that. Amit used a lot of good phrases like boss or a leader. So that was a good contradiction. Strive my way or highway. So these were some good phrases used in your speech. Pratik, you also used a lot of fantastic words: vehemently, cocoon, tranquility, bustling megapolis, disembark, organized chaos, walk in the park. So these were some good phrases used. Arbaz, you always use fantastic phrases, so today was no exception. Perennially, existential threat, catastrophic, beacon of hope, lurking around were some of the examples. Rohan used a fantastic thing called world is gray, so that's a nice concept. Also the words like perspectivities and forefathers. And Pratik, you again in your table topic used the phrase open up to me, response from a place of run for the money. So these were some good examples. And if I talk about the improvement areas, now Friends web series has caused this, most of us say I was like, so this is not exactly a formal way to use, so that can be reduced. Rather than saying if you will not complete, you could have said if you don't complete. So that was one thing. At some places, like rather than saying I was also looked down, we could have said I also looked down. Then Amit, specifically for you, because there were dialogues and people were speaking, and if they speak in a particular way and they use not so good English, so that's an acceptable thing, but because you are playing a character. But if you are speaking, then some vernacular impact directly translating to English could have been improved upon. Like for example, in Hindi we say nahi nahi nahi, and then we translate it to English and we say no no no, don't do that. But a British person will not say no no no. So if character was saying, it's okay, but if we are saying, we need to improve upon direct translation from vernacular language to the English language. Authorities needs to be used in a singular word like authority and not authorities. And rather than saying I feel proud extremely, correct usage is I feel extremely proud. You know, again, our counter person would definitely would have said, a lot of us use you know. And last one, rather than saying embody thought in yourself, embody itself means you're embodying in it yourself. So only embody thought could have been used. So that's all from my side as a grammar Indian. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Krupesh. So very well done, Toastmaster Krupesh. I think when you introduced your role as a grammarian, that was done really well. And you introduced the word of the day also very well with a couple of good examples. And then when you came on the stage for sharing the report, that was also done in a comprehensive manner. You covered everybody who had used the word of the day, and you highlighted all the good usages and not so good usages. So again, that was really well. I think maybe one of the usage somewhere was, am I audible to you? Or there was some confusion, like the person meant, am I audible or is the person audible? But that was not the right grammar. So maybe you could have highlighted that. But apart from that, I think it was very well done. Let's give him a big round of applause. So let's move to the next segment of the evaluation, which is the overall evaluation of the meeting, right? So I'll start with Sa. So while I see that Swapnali is not on, maybe she has something personal, but Sa should ideally stay through the meeting. So that's one feedback. She did her job really well. She shared the mission statement and she introduced her role really well. She gave all the necessary instructions. I felt that energy could be better. So usually when Sa is the first person to start the meeting, so always start with an applause, right? So this is what we do. Like we start with an applause because that kind of sets the tone in the meeting. So that is one feedback for Swapnali, if you can share with her. And then, yeah, I think we started on time. So that was really awesome. I like it when we start on time. Moving on to presiding officer, Toastmaster Prashant. So as a presiding officer, you did a very good job. You introduced the guests. There are two things I would recommend. One is as a presiding officer, it is important to share a story, like an inspiring story or a motivational story. I felt that you shared only a little bit. It was too short for me. So you had enough time. You could have shared some story which will stick with the audience, and always try to relate that to Toastmasters. So try to connect why should we come for Toastmasters meet, right? So that the guest understands, right? So that is one thing. But apart from that, I think it was good. Second thing is, can we do an audio video check before starting the meeting as much as possible? Because maybe in case of Sanket, we were not able to hear him during that introduction. There was some issue with the audio video check. So maybe that's one recommendation. But apart from that, very well done, presiding officer. So let's give him a big round of applause. All right, moving to the meeting coordinator. So today we did not have a Toastmaster of the day. Usually we have a team odd, so who has a theme and then they share the theme. But today we had a MOC because this was a speech marathon. So as a meeting coordinator, I think you did a wonderful job. You called all the evaluators before the speakers. So, and you remembered everybody's name. That was really important. And you, I think, introduced most of the speakers. So that was also very well done. So good stuff. There are just two things I would like to highlight. One is, what I'm seeing is the format is not being followed. So typically in a Toastmasters meeting, there is a format that we follow, which is so speaker, topic, topic, speaker. For example, if you're going to hand over to Toastmaster Amit, it should be Toastmaster Amit, boss versus leader, Toastmaster Amit. That's the format in Toastmasters. So please try to stick to the format. And the second thing I would recommend is the order of the speaker. So person who is giving the icebreaker should be the first speaker at all times, right? It cannot be that somebody senior is coming in and giving a speech where the person who is giving a speech for the first time, that person gets even more nervous when they hear the other speakers, right? So the order should always go starting with the newbie, then the level 1, then the level 2, then the level 4, then level 5, right? So please try to do that in terms of agenda. This is a feedback for both VP Education of Chatterati Toastmasters and VP Education of this club, Mumbai speakers. But apart from that, very well done. It was great. So let's give him a big round of applause. And thanks for playing dual role, presiding officer and MOC, Master of Ceremonies. So moving to table topic master. I do have, okay. So Toastmaster Girish. So you're playing the role for the first time. So great job. I would really like to appreciate that you took up this challenge and you played this role really well. The second thing I really liked was the preparation that went into it. So you prepared the chits beforehand and you had so many topics and you made each person choose at random. That was very well done. I think the introduction was also very well done. While you were reading from the script, you did the right thing by highlighting everything as a table topic master, right? So a few recommendations. So as I said, the format is speaker, topic, topic, speaker. So you also did not follow that format. So you need to stick to the format. And second thing I noticed was you were asking people who are already giving speeches, etc. Right? So people who have given speeches or they are playing big roles, right? They are secondary in table topics. First is those people who are members, but they have not spoken or they have taken auxiliary roles. You should give the opportunity to them first. Once you have done that, like maybe like two Toastmaster members, if you have given the opportunity, then you should give the opportunity to the guest, because this is the only segment where guest will be able to participate. And finally, you should call others, like if you have time, then you give it to everybody, like the speakers also and the general evaluator also and everybody else, right? So that's the hierarchy in which you should go. But apart from that, topics were interesting. Some topics were quite short, was good. Some questions were long. So again, the question should be as short as possible so that people will remember it, right? So I think that's the feedback for you. But great job done, very well done. And I would encourage you to take this role again and again to keep getting better and better at it. Okay, so let's give him a big round of applause. I think I've covered everyone. Right. So with that, I will end my evaluation and I'll hand it over back to you, MOC. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Rajesh, for that detailed evaluation. So surely everyone has noted down the improvement points. So congratulations to all the first time role players, and congratulations to Pratik, and thanks Rajesh and Rupesh for double hatting today. And now I would like to invite our guests to give a feedback about the meeting or like how did you find the meeting, any improvement points for us. So I would like to call upon guest Ajay to come first.
Overall, my experience was pretty good over here, especially the speech part, speech marathon, and then the best part that I found here is evaluation. The evaluators were pretty good. Even the general evaluation was quite good to each and every speaker. What are the good areas where they are doing good and they can improve further, and what are the areas at which they are lacking and they need to develop. So these experiences, I feel it's I wanted in my future for my future growth. So I think I need to continue with this Toastmaster Club to get this feedback and improve on my personality and presentation skills. Thank you.
Okay. So now I would like to call upon guest Sanket to share his feedback and experience with us.
It was a very unique and a very nice experience, to be honest. It was a bit overwhelming, and I'm being very candid over here to see many people speak so eloquently, so nicely. I feel a bit nervous when I was, if you consider should I join or should not, because you guys are good. So hopefully next time I can come there and meet you guys in person and gain that confidence to join the club finally. So it was a nice session. It opened up so many things that people can speak in different manners and effectively communicate. I really like this. That's my limited feedback.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, guest Sanket. Yeah, due to some technical issues, actually, we could not hear you very clearly. We got some gist of it. So
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
so moving.
I'm sorry about my internet connection if that was the issue. So sorry about it.
Yeah, no issues, Sanket. Okay, so just to end, before we end the meeting, just important announcement for Mumbai speakers. So we have our area level table topic competition as well as international speech contest on the first week of March. So before that, please make sure you complete your level 2s, and we are planning to have a club level international speech contest as well as table topic contest around 18th February. So please focus on that. And yeah, and happy Makar Sankranti and Pongal to everyone, and have a happy Sunday. Yeah. Now I would upon Toastmaster Rajesh to take out from here.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Prashant. Okay, so a couple of announcements I want to make, right? So one of them is next week there is a TLTP meeting, TLTP mandatory training, which is mandatory for all XCOM officers, right? So whoever is a XCOM officer in the new term, make sure that you enroll and make sure that you attend. It is also open for others. So if you want to know what happens as part of the TLTP, and if you really come to that meeting, you will see how many Toastmaster members are there overall in Mumbai, right? So make sure we do that, right? Second thing is, I just wanted to appreciate this effort of joint meeting that we had today, right? So now we seem to be getting into a pattern where we are having more joint meetings where Chatterati and MSTM are meeting together and having these type of meetings, which is really good to see. And I was also happy to see Toastmaster Arbaz and Toastmaster Amit last week in our meeting where they came and they gave a speech and they took up some roles, right? So this is really good. This is something that we should continue as much as possible. And so kudos to VP Education on both the sides. Let's give them a big round of applause. Okay. Anything else we need to highlight? It's good, right? Results. Okay. Who will share results? I'll give it to you.
Toastmaster Prashant.
So Deepak, please launch the polls for tag role players and evaluators as well as best of the.
Yeah, I launched the
results,
polls.
Okay, he has already launched it. So we will be posting the results in our WhatsApp group. Yes, sorry, Deepak.
There is one correction, okay, in the tag role. This, so we need to change the name for this timer. Timer is Mansi.
Yes, correct. Okay, so we will be launching the tag role polls again once we reach home, because we had put Girish's name as a timer, so we had to change it to Mansi. We will be posting the results in both the WhatsApp groups, Mumbai Speakers as well as our joint group which we created. So that's it. Yeah, I call an end to the meeting. Happy Sunday to everyone. Yeah, thank you.